422, up about 1%. But let's keep it then with earnings. SIS India came out with its quarterly numbers as well, and there has been a bit of a muted quarter. Margins at about 6.2%. Sales though were up about 8%, and profit actually grew to 99 crores, up 27%. Let's understand the segmental breakup as well as the outlook from Rituraj Sinha, Group Managing Director at SIS India. Thanks so much for taking time out and joining in, Rituraj. We have seen your Q3 profits grow quite smartly, though your operational performance has been a bit flat. What have been some of the key highlights in Q3?
Well, thanks for having me firstly. If you look at SIS's third quarter result or the first 9 months of the crisis year, I think one thing is very clear and apparent that the essential services sector, businesses that we are in, security services and cash logistics and facility management, these are essential services that were least impacted and the first to go back to growth mode. And our third quarter result establishes that 9-month result. If you see, we have reported a year-on-year revenue growth for a 9-month period. We have reported the highest ever revenue in any quarter in third quarter, roughly 2,350 odd crores. We've also reported the highest ever EBITDA in a quarter, 147 crores with stable margins. And most of all, SIS has generated 550 crores of operating cash in a 9-month period, which is our highest ever. So I think this is pretty much a validation of what we had called out in April this year, when we said that essential services will be the least impacted and probably the first to go back into growth mode.
Rituraj, if we were to look at your segmental breakup, facilities management on a year-on-year basis is down nearly 15% compared to Q3 last year, and that was attributed to the impact on service volumes like railways, retail, entertainment, airports, etc. Are you now sensing some sort of a pickup that could likely bolster the facilities management business?
Yeah, the facility management segment got severely impacted because some of our key customers, railways, 5-star hotels, IT spaces, malls, they were completely in shutdown mode in the first 6 months of the year. During the festive season in third quarter, there has been a lot of unlocking and reopening. And if you see, there's a very significant change in the quarterly revenue of the FM segment in Q3 versus the previous quarter. We anticipate that FM will go back not just to normal levels of revenue in Q4. I also foresee that because of the increased hygiene and sanitation consciousness, and employee health and safety or customer health and safety becoming absolutely paramount, I see that in the coming year, our FM segment, which is the most impacted in this year, probably will be the most advantaged as a result of this entire pandemic in the coming year. So I think FM is a minor blip which will catch up in Q4, and thereon I think they will stand to benefit tremendously.
International business, that's a standout vertical this quarter as well with revenue. What's led to the steady growth there? What's the outlook going forward?
Well, that's a very relevant question actually. In the international markets, we are the largest private security company in Australia, amongst the top 3 in New Zealand and in Singapore. In these jurisdictions, there is no equivalent of a very extensive paramilitary force or even large state police forces. So what happens in a crisis environment, private security is engaged very intensively and extensively across government departments to take up quasi-state functions. And that's what has happened through this crisis year in our international markets, and you see a surge in revenue. As this surge in revenue tapers out, the quarantine facilities and the other special checks that the government has imposed, as this tapers down, the aviation business that we had in Australia or the entertainment and retail business exposure that we have in Australia and New Zealand, that's coming back. So sort of, I think the temporary work will taper down over the next quarter or so, but the regular business is coming back online. So I guess this is going to be a stupendous year for our international segment, and also goes to establish that our international business is the ideal counterbalance to the volatility of the Indian market. It allows us the necessary stability, not just in revenues, but also in cash flows and margins. So I think that's got sort of come to fore like never before in this year.
Okay, that's great. Also, in terms of estimates that we will see growth back to the pre-COVID levels in the India business of about 20% CAGR in FY22. Are you sticking to that?
Well, no real forward-looking statements, but generally, I think SIS has maintained. I mean, we run our business on some key metrics, and the three key metrics that our business operates on is targeting a 20% year-on-year growth, 20% return on capital profile, and 50% or greater OCF to EBITDA. So these are the three metrics, and I think SIS is meeting at least two out of the three metrics. On return profile, we are at 19%. On OCF to EBITDA, we're way above 50% this year, close to 140% actually. But I think even as the growth will be a single digit, it will be like 7-8% full year growth. I think that's a pretty solid performance given the environment one has seen in the last 9 months or for the entire period of FY21. We hope that we'll be able to go back to our growth trajectory FY22 onwards.
Right. Rituraj, also, has there been an upward revision in contract prices? If you could tell us more about the scope of what your existing terms are in terms of, fever screening, hygiene, disinfection focus, sanitization?
Well, I think, what we are witnessing is a shift from manpower to solutioning. So if you look at the facility management segment, for example, there's far greater impetus on the chemicals that are being used for sanitation and infection control. There's far greater impetus on, different kinds of machines that are used for these services. So we see that solutioning will become the more relevant and important part. And I think that's actually very good for our margin profile in contracts. Similarly, on the security side of things as well, there's a lot of software that customers are now intending to use, for mask recognition, for other safety practices at the workplace. And, the uptake of tech in security also is going to go up. We see a lot of banks shifting to e-surveillance instead of guards standing outside ATMs and bank branches, which is a very positive change. These are very long-term shifts, but, good trends, and they bear well for our solutions strategy, and definitely will have a good rub-off on the margin profile as well.
Okay, Rituraj, great to speak with you, and thanks as always for taking the time out and chatting with us today. That's the word coming in from SIS, what they see in terms of their future growth opportunities, and of course how the quarter went by was. Quick take at the market.